Oh, hey everybody, Ben with BRG Music. I'm going to sidetrack from my typical videos I've been doing on the permutations a lot lately. Real quick, I want to do something different for beginners to get familiar with some different ideas here. When you play scales as a guitar player, typically everyone's doing these across the string things, you know. These ideas where you've got to learn these patterns on each string, and that's great. I want you to do that. But a real simple way to get a handle on improv and what a scale sounds like is to play that particular scale on one string. So what we're going to do is we're going to play an A minor scale, and we're going to play it on the G string, just because it sounds kind of cool. And we're going to learn the scale, and we're going to just do some chord changes and play against it. So if you want to play the A minor scale, the notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No sharps, no flats, no crap. Nice and easy, right? So learning where those notes are at on each string is a good place to start. So on the G string, I'll tell you where they're at. Your A is at the 2nd fret. B is at the 4th fret. C is at the 5th fret. So on the G string, A, B, C is 2, 4, 5. Now following the alphabet, we go to D. D is on the 7th fret. E is on the 9th fret. F is on the 10th fret. So we've added frets 7, 9, and 10. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F. 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. You see that little pattern? It's kind of, the trick to remember is B and C have no notes between them, like sharps or flats, and E or F. So anytime you come to a B, the next fret is C. If you come to an E, the next fret is F. You don't jump a fret like you do from like A to B. Now, the 12th fret is G. It's the same as the open string. The 12th fret for any string is the same as the open string. It starts over. So G is 12. So 2, 4, 5, A, B, C, 7, 9, 10, D, E, F, 12 is G. And for fun, we're just going to add 14 on the G string because that's A again. That's 2 frets higher than G, which is where we started in the first place. So our pattern is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14. Memorize it, get it down. Forwards and backwards. Now, when I started out, I used to do these kinds of things over, like I'd play like an A string. And see if I could make the scale talk. You know, do some really tasty stuff just over that open string. Slides, bends, all those things are there for a reason. It's all about getting the next note to express itself in a really cool way. Now, you want to do these kinds of things, if you just play with your open strings, you're kind of limited. You have, in standard tuning, you have an A, which implies an A minor, a D, which implies a D minor, and an E, which implies an E minor. So you got these minor chords. It sounds cool, right? But you're stuck with those 3 chords. You get really good at playing them, and I think that's really fun. Now, years ago, I picked up like a MIDI step foot controller, and I've over the years gotten some different synth brains for it, which is just a 1-octave keyboard that I use to like play different chords over. And I just use like a basic like root 5th kind of patch for these guys, and I play simple chords that are implied that stuff that I can improvise over. I'm going to do like an A, which is an A minor, an F major, a C major, and we'll do a G. And we're just going to use those chords and just play this string over the top of those different notes. So that's using a scale, messing around with the notes that are in the roadmap. 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14. And playing those against a real basic kind of chord progression. A minor, F major, C major, G major. If you're curious how to do this, like I said, play over your open strings, your big open strings, or like search YouTube for backing track of any kind in A minor and try those notes. You'll find certain styles of music, certain notes won't work in that scale, they'll sound kind of off, but just try them anyway and see what happens, and be ready to go. If something sounds bad, go to another note. You know, say I'm messing around. Say I put that back on hold. That one note was nasty. When I get away from it and go to the next note, if it sounds intentional, it's cool. You know, if it sounds bad, don't necessarily just, think it's crap and run away from it. Learn how to use it to get where you're going to make it sound cool. And develop your own techniques for improvising like that. Anyway, that's a little bit of a departure. I'm going to get a little more in depth on some of this stuff with some different chord progressions. This unit's been really cool for making sounds and whatnot. But if you have questions or comments or concerns or anything you want to know about different keys or whatever, let me know. I will explain them in another video. But thanks for watching. The website's www.brgmusic.com. I'm on Facebook as Ben Christopher Guitar, Bass, and Drum Lessons. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say about things. Later.